Going back to day 151. Yeah, that was it. That's all I had. Someone needs a haircut. Eyebrows lift. Should I? I mean, I shaved all my eyebrows off. These are not my OG eyebrows. I mean, if they grew back that fast, neither would they be my OG eyebrows for a while. I had a dream that my father was back at this house. Like, we normally visit before the pandemic, and I'm just like, oh no, because that's soon, that's gonna happen soon, and it's a lot. Not that I don't like him coming by. Anyways, point is, it was so hot last night, / this morning, I guess, when the sun was rising, because it's right on my bed. Laser of just sun, and I was so hot, I was so sweaty. It was not good. Yeah, I was yesterday, Valkyrie and Sauna, Corpse, Toast, people, Lily, it doesn't matter. And they were streaming a game, and it was very Among Us-esque, mixed with, I don't know what that game is called, but a game where you go through different rooms to try to escape. Not the point. That and the one game that's like you're in space and you're at a space station, everyone's gone, but you're there and they're like the little mimics. The ending was like, oh, okay. It was okay. Yeah. You know? Anyways, reminded me of that game. Oh yeah, today I need to, after this, I'm gonna go give myself the first dose of my own testosterone. And I don't want to, it's scary, but I want to do it. I'll do it. And I was trying to make an appointment for the last couple of weeks, 2 weeks, trying to make an appointment for my doctor, but apparently, because he's a therapist, I need to go through a special route, and they said it was not possible. So I'm like, okay, so it's not possible. So then I had to go back again, and they're like, call me back next week. I called today, and then they're like, hey, he's booked. I'm like, he's booked? How is he booked? You just said I couldn't make an appointment. They're like, booked. And I'm like, okay. So I made an appointment, and I was supposed to email him to be on the list for cancellations. Yeah, I saw a slug in my yard again. I'm like, yeah, slug. Not the point. The point was earlier I told you my cat, like, he's a stray cat. We don't have a name for him. He's just a cat we take care of, make sure he's healthy. Not the problem here. Ethics of outdoor cats, blah blah. Point was, we looked out the window and he's outside eating an animal, and I'm like, what are you doing? So we're like, dude, we don't want you to cuddle us. I mean, not me, I'm too allergic to him, but we don't want you to cuddle us if you just ate a dead animal, you know? So he ate it. He almost ate it completely. We're like, what is this? So yeah, I had a horrible night's sleep because when it's too hot in my room, I can't go to sleep. And sitting there while I was laying there, just sweating, getting really angry, really upset. And then I got like just, which is horrible. So I went and I flashed my face and everything, and I went back into my bed, and I was like, let me go to bed. And I fell asleep. And only a couple minutes later I woke up because my body's like, no, this is too hot, too bad, I don't like it. And I'm just like, okay. My head hurt all on this side, so I couldn't lay on the left side. It had to be on the right side of my face. It was all right here, just hurt too much. And then, like, okay. And then, oh yeah, the head hurt. Couldn't go back to sleep. Couldn't go to sleep. And it was so horrible. Finally fell asleep, kept waking up because it was like, your head hurts. I'm like, I already took medicine. Go back to bed. And then it was like, you're too hot, you're sweating, you don't like it. And then it was too bright, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. Let me go back to bed. And finally, I fell asleep. It must have been for only a couple of minutes. And I look at the clock. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I woke up and I looked at the clock and it was like, and I knew it was early morning already, but it was like 7 when I last looked. It must have been 8 when I fell asleep. Ooh. Bright. But what happened was, I'm like, oh, it must be like 8:30 or something. But I looked at my clock and it said 9 o'clock. And for some reason my brain didn't think, oh, it must have only been 30 minutes. Instead, my brain went, at night? I'm like, no, the sun is still up. Why would it be 9 at night? Still thought it, and I'm just like, and then I woke back up later, and I'm like, no, I need more sleep. I need so much more sleep. So I just fell back asleep for a couple more hours. because I'm like, I can't. I'm so glad I didn't have to get up at a certain time today, because I couldn't do it. So yeah, with my doctor, I gotta email them, being like, yeah, I need an earlier appointment, and I need one on my plans. I had to do weekly. Gotta do my testosterone shot. Need to get my vaccine shot this week. Allergy shots. You know, fun stuff. Next week, in theory, I should go pee in a cup. Might not do that. Well, but I'm not, why would I don't need to, you know? Like, what's the likelihood that, you know? Like, I get it if you're, you know? My eyes are too shut. Because I already talked with my eyebrows up. There we go. But I can't start doing it when they're already half up. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. But if you knew it was like the hood, 0, right? Like 0. You know, 0, right? I haven't left the house in a year. You know? Anyways, there's an owl outside. That's what the dog was barking at. I'm like, dude, we live with a bunch of woods. Like, a bunch of trees. There's always an owl. You know? I was like, you don't have to bark. We all know he's there. One of these days, I'm gonna be doing this and a cop's gonna show up. It's like, dude, it's only a little bit after. But I know it's gonna happen. And they're gonna be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, watching a video. And they're like, okay. I had 3 different shots this week. At least one of them's in my leg. You know? On the dark side, though, you still did this. You still sat and pee. That's cyan. I love that. And that's where I'm an episode of Psych. I mean, probably other places, but where I know it from. Where it's all like, on the bright side blank, and like, more on the dark side. It's like, who says on the dark side? It was so funny to me because it's hilarious. On the dark side, you know? I just don't know. I'm not calling him in. He's not my dog. I don't want to. I'm doing this in a few minutes, sure. In 4 minutes, I can call him in. But right now, I'm doing this. Ooh. Anyways. How you doing? My last video, not my last one, the second to last one, I did. Got a little, quite a, not like a lot, like it went viral, but I meant, ooh, a lot. I meant like more than 0. So I'm like, why? And then I am glad I checked, because I looked and I'm like, because I needed to email my doctor and blah 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 blah. And I was going into the browser to log in, but I don't want to stay logged in, so I go into the private browser like I do to upload all of these videos. So what's up? And I go to the YouTube video, try and know when I refresh it, and it's not here for today. And I'm just like, I definitely did that. I remember going, oh god, I don't want to do this. Like when I was doing the uploading. So I'm like, where is it? So apparently I never made it public, and I'm like, I almost ruined it. So I am so glad that I checked. I'm so glad. Because I wouldn't have remembered. I wouldn't have thought of it. I would have been late. It would have been all ruined. Would have missed today. Well, I wouldn't have missed today. It would have been uploaded on the same day as this. And I didn't want that. That's how I won again. So, goodbye.